Hi guys, my name is Ruby, the Assistant Manager at the School of Wok here in Covent Garden, and today I am going to show you how to make Ayam Kecap. Okay, so Ayam Kecap, which means chicken poached in a sweet soy sauce. Kecap manis is a very prominently used soy sauce in Indonesia and Malaysia, and that's the home of this dish that we'll be preparing today. So we're gonna start by preparing our paste. Now we have a few ingredients here. I've got some garlic, some Thai shallots, some ginger, some spicy chilies, and some candle nuts. Now, a candle nut is a seed from an oily tropical fruit tree, and it's going to really bind our paste together. So I'm going to start by roughly chopping all of these and then bashing it up in the mortar and pestle. So, starting with the garlic, just going to remove the ends there. I've got 3 cloves, so it's going to be quite a rich, thick paste that will then fry off and then coat the chicken. Give them a little tap. And then remove the shell.
Don't worry.
Oh.
Just carry on. They're gonna cut you. They're gonna cut you out anyway.
Let's be honest. None of this is making it to the big screen. All right, so we're going to finally chop our garlic. Any extra chopping that you can do on your board is always going to help when making our paste. In it goes. Chilies. I mean, 3 chilies seem a little bit excessive, but I'm feeling wild. I'm just going to go for it. Chop those into pieces. Our shallots. So these are Thai shallots as opposed to your Western style shallots. So they've got a really nice sweet flavour and make me cry every single time. And again, roughly chopping up the shallots. Just going to use a teaspoon to peel the skin off our ginger. Cutting down our ginger. Again, we don't need to be too precious because we are going to beat the life out of it in just a moment. And there go. And our candle nuts, I'm just going to chop them up a little bit. All those oils are going to come out of them quite naturally. And a very important tip with candle nuts, they do need to be cooked. They have toxins that will make you get quite a sore belly if you try and eat them raw. But when you do cook them, they have a lovely nutty sweetness to them that is similar to almonds, perhaps. Okay, so if you can't get your hands on some candle nuts, some macadamia nuts would work really well as well. You'll still get that really nice earthy, creamy flavour. Right, I'm gonna start bashing this up. The shallots actually have a lot of moisture in them, so they will help to break it down and make it into a nice smooth paste. Okay, so our paste is just about ready now. It's blended together really nicely. It's taken on that creamy texture. Just going to pop it out into a bowl. Perfect. Okay, so we've got some red chilies and some green chilies. We're going to be cooking with half of them, and then we're going to be sprinkling the rest of them on top. So we want to cut them diagonally. And back into the bowl. And then I'm also going to prepare some spring onion. This is going to be a garnish on top, but I absolutely love this little tip. So putting them in cold water is going to help them to curl up really nicely. So we'll just go in half and in half again. You can use the whole of the spring onion, don't need to waste any. And then along the side of the spring onion, we're going to cut it really nice and finely. Into the water. Okay, so let's start cooking. We've got our paste here. We're gonna fry that off first, let all those flavors bind together. Then we're gonna be adding in our chicken. So I've got a mixture of drumsticks and thigh. So the bone is in and the skin is on. And then we are going to fry that off in our wok as well. I'm gonna put it down to a medium to low heat. I'm gonna go in with some vegetable oil. Go in with that paste. Okay, so I've put the paste in and I'm just gonna cook it off for a couple of minutes just to get all those flavors out. I have to cook it on too high a heat. I've just done all that hard work. I don't want to then go and burn my paste. And all the oils and the fats from those candle nuts are coming out. And it's smelling very fragrant. So I'm gonna go on with my chicken now. I don't want to fully cook it right now, but I want to get a really nice coloring on it, get all those flavors from that paste. Rub all that lovely paste on your chicken, and then starting to get a good coloring on our meat. Okay, so the chicken has been browned now in that paste, so we're going to start building up our sauce. So we've got our kecap manis, so our traditional sweet soy sauce from Indonesia and Malaysia, or ABC sauce, and some sugar and some salt. So we're really gonna balance the sweet, the salty, and the spicy. So I'm gonna go in with about 4 tablespoons of kecap manis. I'm gonna turn that heat down. You don't want it to reduce too quickly. I'm gonna go in with a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. You can see it bubbling away. And then just coat all of that chicken in our beautiful soy sauce. Okay, now I'm gonna add in half of my chilies so that they can cook into the dish, and then we'll save a few for our garnish. It's looking and smelling amazing. Now that that's coated on there really nicely, I'm gonna add in the water, and then we're just gonna let it braise away and create a really nice velvety sauce. Turn up the heat a little, and we're gonna let that simmer for about 30 minutes. Okay, so our chicken's ready. I removed the lid after about 10 minutes and really allowed that sauce to reduce down and become a really nice thick glaze. It smells incredible. So now we can plate it up. This would be a perfect dish to have with some rice, or I was gonna say chips, but I realize that that's like so English and so gross. Okay, so we're going to get that beautiful, sweet, spicy, salty sauce and just cover it all over. And then we come back to our garnish. Some more red and green chilies. And our beautiful curly spring onions. Okay, there you have it. That is our Ayam Kecap, our sweet, salty, spicy chicken. I have a feeling I should just pick it up, but I'll try and be a little bit eloquent. So good. The chicken is perfectly cooked. The chilies are spicy, but it's balanced so well with that beautiful sweet sauce. So, if you liked what you saw today, then subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our social media, and click the link below for this recipe.